Thank you everyone for taking the time to tune in today. Today's episode of the Topping Show is proudly sponsored by Topping Technologies. Topping Technologies is an IT value-added reseller and services company with a special proficiency in IT security. Heck, I see their founder at least twice a day. Gotta say he's quite handsome and brilliant. He's me, see, that's the joke. If you're an IT leader or a business owner, reach out to the team at sales@toppingtechnologies.com. Also, still giving away a free flamethrower with every IT purchase with Picatinny rail adapter, so you can mount it to any standard AR-15, like all awesome accessories can be. Go to toppingtechnologies.com and click the flamethrower button to learn more and see me shooting a flamethrower. And lastly, trying to get to 6,000 subscribers by the end of the month, so if you can click that button and tell your friends, I would greatly appreciate it. Now going over to the business part of the podcast, BMW M2 CS loses weight, but loses a stick shift, meaning it's boring and undrivable. Well, at least for me. This is brought to us thanks to Nico Demicia over at thedrive.com, and they say, quote, 2026 BMW M2 CS is 100 pounds lighter and adds 50 horsepower, but loses the third pedal, also known as a manual transmission. They say that BMW M seems to save its secret sauce for the CS models, and all signs point to the new M2 CS keeping that trend going, which, at least aesthetically speaking, it looks really cool. I know a lot of people hate the latest reiteration of the BMW sports cars, but shoot, I think they look kind of cool. If I won the lottery, obviously I get one in green. And more importantly, most of the BMWs offer the option of the stick shift or the M series. The CS, unfortunately, does not, which inevitably alienates a certain percentage of prospective buyers who, again, a lot of enthusiasts love having that third pedal, also known as the freedom of the manual transmission, but I partially digress. Now they say, quote, again, this is credited to Nico at the Drive. He says, quote, I've long argued that if you want a proper BMW M car, you have to get this special one. Like the one recent string of CS cars, the F87 generation BMW M2 didn't quite feel as good as the 1M it replaced until the M2 CS came along. The F90 generation M5 felt big and numb until the M5 CS, which I maintain is the best sedan I've ever driven. Now the 2026 BMW M2 CS is hoping to replicate success, and it certainly has some specs to do. BMW already showed the world the M2 CS looks like at the Concorso de Eleganza Villa de Stant, which, that pronunciation definitely above my pay grade, at Lake Como. While not much changed visually, the integrated ducktail spoiler does a lot of visual heavy lifting. In turn, the M2 CS looks much more exciting than the comparatively boring looking M2, which, the regular M2 I think actually looks kind of cool, especially they offer unique car colors. I swear, I don't know if car companies get like a discount or free paints of silver, black, and white paint, but it seems like damn near every car color is chosen by default. Especially, I'm looking at you, Porsche. Blow my mind. Porsche offers some of the best cars on the planet, and literally hundreds of color options. Well, technically unlimited with their, fancy do-yourself or choose-your-own color option. And yet, it seems like all the owners just go, yeah, I'll go with silver, which to me is boring. I would never get a silver car as long as I live. But let's get a couple of these pictures on the screen here. Funny enough, some of the comments actually are roasting or they don't like the rims, which, granted, if you had to clean those things, it wouldn't be too much fun because there's probably more spokes in there than most people can count. Well, public education system can count. But yeah, the integrated tail does look pretty cool. Rear looks pretty sharp. Again, I'm starting to like the front grille. Obviously, get rid of the front license plate. Granted, that's the European one there, but matte gray isn't bad. Again, I like the green BMWs myself. Now, they say, quote, what's more important, however, is what's behind those funny square kidney grills and underneath the bulging fenders. Output from its 3-liter twin-turbocharged inline-6 gets bumped from 473 horsepower to a whopping 523 horsepower, while torque is up from 433 foot-pounds of torque to 479 foot-pounds of torque. I'm not sure, is Nico inebriated? I say it because he says, purists rejoice. Absolutely not. A purist wants a third pedal and manual transmission. They want to have more fun in the car. Yeah, he's saying rejoice. Why? He says, purist, rejoice. All of that power is still sent to the rear wheels alone. Okay, that's kind of fun. That's a certain fun. Yeah, obviously, I mean, that's becoming a rare thing these days, and I hope to have that someday. Currently, just a front-wheel drive Honda Civic at the moment. Well, Civic Si, but who's counting or delineating? Now, they say, however, much purist happiness will be short-lived because the M2 CS will only ever come with an automatic transmission. Ugh. The same 8-speed ZF found in, every other M car. BMW says throttle responses and shifts are perfectly tuned for the CS duty, making them more immediate, yada, yada, yada. Which, again, quick shifts are very important if you're trying to set lap records. I have some of my car buddies are really big aficionados. They're really trying to get the best lap record, which again, for setting lap records, you'll always want automatic transmission. And shoot, if you want the fastest car on the planet, it's going to be an electric, soulless machine that goes whoo. And well, actually, my pontification there is probably actually more exhilarating than what you hear when an electric car accelerates in general, only partially exaggerating. But again, I would argue the purist wants the more fun driving experience, not necessarily the fastest technological option. Now, I say that BMW has also shed 100 pounds from the standard automatic equipped M2 with some carbon fiber aero and interior bits, plus standard lightweight lightweight forged wheels. The result of its added power and lower curb weight, definitely not low, is a claimed 0 to 60 in 3.7 seconds, which is 0.4 of a second quicker than the standard M2. Which, yeah. They say that Beamers tend to test quicker than their qualified claims in reality, so I expect it'll do the same. It's still, and this is BMW is a German car company, but they seem to have an American problem. They're very much overweight, so at least it looks good on the track right there. They say that it's still 3,770 pounds. This is supposed to be a sports coupe, by the way. And they say, though it's not likely to become a featherweight, which, yeah, BMW has had this issue more and more. Every year they get, I mean, you need more horsepower, that's good, but every year BMWs get heavier and heavier and heavier. It's almost becoming comical at this point. Now, they say that, quote, where I'm hoping BMW did most of the work is in the suspension. The standard M2 is far from a bad sports car. It's grippy, sharp, and incredibly capable. The problem is that it's almost too capable, and it makes driving quickly too easy and synthetic feeling. However, BMW made enough tweaks in the suspensions of the previous CS model, bushings, ball joints, and basically everything that's connected the car to the ground to generally transform the feel. And it seems like BMW may have done something similar here. The M2 CS has unique springs, dampeners, and a chassis control system. Everything has given minor tweaks too, like an adaptive suspension, Sertronic steering, and rear differential. It's even 0.2 inches lower than before. Tire tracks and ultra track tires are no option cost, which is a pretty rare thing these days. It's kind of nice to see the engine, but it's a little disappointing to see the interior because you see that boring automatic transmission shift lever. And that stupid little wheel that they use for all the BMW infotainment system navigation, which, again, I'd love to have a BMW with a stick shift, obviously, but geez Louise, that just, in terms of like navigating infotainment system, that's the most cumbersome thing, I think, in the automotive community is those stupid little wheels. And Mercedes and a couple other car companies do it as well. It's the opposite of intuitive. Now, they say that, quote, inside the M2 CS feels like a standard M2, just with a flat bottom steering wheel wrapped in Alcantara. It also maintains BMW's M recent torture chamber seats. I actually like them, though. I know most BMW fans do not. You also get some CS badges throughout, which, I'll pull those up on the screen so it's a little bit larger. And it looks like a good steering wheel. I mean, that part looks good. And again, you do want those deep bolstered bucket seats when you're actually at the track. Some people might hate them for everyday driving. I mean, my seats are definitely not that bolstered in my Civic Si, though they are moderately bolstered. But yeah, you actually do want those to hold you in place. Got a bunch of carbon fiber thrown inside, always fun to have. Now here you can see the nice engine, though, again, it's mated with a automatic transmission. They say that BMW has been saving its best for the CS models, almost to the point of making them real M cars. I'm hoping the new M2 CS has the same magic. Jeez Louise, not at this price point. Pricing starts at $99,775, which seems a lot for an M2, but then again, the previous generation M2 CS started at $84,595. This one is slightly more power, more tech, and higher performance capabilities, but will be more fun. I mean, is it 10 plus grand more fun? With an automatic transmission? Yeah, obviously, I would say no, obviously, but I'm definitely not the prospective buyer or the prospective clientele. But it's, it's nice that BMW still makes some of these track cars, more track focused cars, so to say. I really wish they were more dedicated to the stick shift and these, types of track cars as well. I mean, the last track car also has 4 cylinders, which 4 cylinders is great for Honda Civic Si, though, for BMW, I'd want at least 6 at minimum. But let me know your thoughts. Do you think this will sell like hotcakes? I mean, granted, it's not meant to be a high volume unit of sales sold, but do you think this will garner love from the enthusiast community? Or will they kind of gloss over it? And then, again, at that price point, $99,775 starting. And of course, you got all the bells and whistles you add to that, plus the extortion. I mean, the sales tax or registration fees. So we'll put it well above $100,000. I mean, shoot, if I had that kind of money, basically 6 figures for a sports car, I would just get a nice used Porsche Cayman or 911 with a stick shift. That's, I would argue, even better for the track. But let me know your thoughts in the comments, because as always, be fascinated to hear what you have to say. Thank you, everyone, for taking the time to tune in today. Again, trying to get to 6,000 subscribers by the end of the month. So if you can click that button, I greatly appreciate it. Also, give me a thumbs up, thumbs down, or comment. It's a great way to give me some additional feedback, letting me know how I can make the show better and better. Lastly, don't forget to take time to tell your family, tell your friends, tell your coworkers, heck, tell your enemies, tell anyone and everyone. Just stay safe and fight the good fight.